Since STARSEED came out, it's been a pleasant surprise to say the least, at least for me, because it has almost everything that I'm looking for on an idle game when it comes to progression, waifus, and how many characters you can get as a free-to-play or a light spender. As a free-to-play, you'll be able to get most, if not all, characters for free, and as a light spender, you can get almost every character coming out to a good rarity or a good amount of dupes if you want. So I'm really happy with this game, but it has a few systems that clearly are hindering the game and making a lot of players leave when they see some of this stuff going on. So I want to go today a little bit over these systems that are actually bad for the game, in my opinion, what should be changed, and also if you have any feedback for the developers. I'm going to be making a list later and sending it to the community management team, so please leave a comment down below on the systems you don't like and why you don't like them, so I can make that list later. That said, there is also a code that you guys can use. You should be seeing it on the screen right now. It's Sefhi XFEF for February. Thank you to the developers for keeping me on the content creator program, even though I talk too much shit about every gacha game out there. And that's it. Let's get started with this video. As usual, before we start, hello the internet, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. And let's go from the things that I dislike in this game and I believe are hindering the acquisition of new players and in general keeping players in game, from the most outrageous to the things that are a little bit more niche for people who care about progression and min-maxing. I want to start with the thing that everyone probably dislikes in the game, and it's going to be the light and dark banners. The normal banners are perfect. You get 6 multis, you get the character. 3 multis, random SSR. Perfect. Good rates. As a free-to-play, you'll be able to get all the characters. As a light spender, you'll be able to get most characters to a good rarity. That's perfect. For me, I really like this system. The problem comes with the light and dark banners, which is like the light and dark characters themselves, right? If you go to creator and explicators, the Eradika banner was a banner that tilted a lot of people. Now, this might have been changed in Korea already. I don't know. I do not play the Korean version. But you need 500 pulls to guarantee the character. That is awful. 500 pulls and the rates were like a 0 point something, really low. So this banner was a turning point for a lot of players that left the game after they did hundreds of pulls without getting a single Eradika, which clearly will tilt a lot of people. So if this has not changed on the Korean version already, the PT for light and dark banners, I think this should be something they actually have to tweak or make a guarantee or change something, because there is no way you need to do 500 pulls to guarantee the character. Now, some people will say you can get it with 100 pulls if you are ultra lucky, because the guarantee it's 100 to 500. It's literally RNG, right? So every 100 pulls you have a chance. Your lowest 100, your maximum 500. But it's not a good system. It's an awful system to begin with. So that is the first thing that I wanted to talk about. The light and dark banners and the PT, that needs to be changed. The first banner, which was Eradika, already made a lot of people leave. And the next banner coming out next month, I believe it is with Frederica, will be making a lot of players leave if this has not changed. It is what it is, right? So if that doesn't change, we'll see how the game progresses over time, because that is the biggest pain point right now for most players. The next thing I want to talk about is LR gear. LR gear right now is just way too much RNG for multiple things, right? First of all, it's the acquisition of LR gear. Not enough ways of getting LR gear, considering you need 3 teams on Adventure, right? And on Korea, they are asking now for 4 teams, not 3. 4 teams. So you need 4 teams with LR gear to push, right? 1, 2, 3, right here. So that's like the second thing. Is LR gear right now is way too much RNG. You can get it on your idle rewards, but this is completely random. You can go weeks without seeing a single piece in here. So your only way of really able getting LR gear is going to be the guild shop every time you have enough coins. That's the only guaranteed way for you to get LR gear. So we need either more ways of getting LR gear, or the other option would be to give us more chain set tickets like this one. Now, I think these should be also able to be applied to these ones right here, to the ones that do not have a set, because once again, there is just not enough gear. So one of the two, or you give us more LR gear overall, or you let us use these chain set tickets or normal gear, so we can also start building those. Because as you can see, even as a spender, right, unless you are spending gems on the LR gear, I have a few characters built, and then here I start going down and not have anything else. So I have only a few characters, 2 supports right there, another support that has nothing, 1 piece in here, only 2 pieces in there. Like, as you can see, it goes down and down and down, and each team needs 5 characters, and you need 4 teams in Korea, 3 right now in the global version. So there is just not enough gear. That's the second thing that is causing a lot of problems within players, because there is not enough guarantees overall on how to get it. And the next point that I will talk about, and that's also related to actually the gear, is the guild rate and some specific game modes that they don't tell you what the percent chance on getting LR gear is. If you go here, it will tell you that the available rewards, you can be getting LR gear here, but it does not tell you at any given point what percentage you have to get this, if there is breakpoints based on damage or anything. And this happens on multiple game modes and also on the idle rewards, which we do not know how often we can be getting this. We don't know the percentages, and I believe percentages should be shown on a lot more places. It should be shown how rare it is to get those pieces of gear. That's just my opinion. That's one of the things that like small changes for people who like to min-max things, but I think it's important as well. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be the academy and some quality of life for the badges. So the badges right now are pretty good. I like the system, but there is two things that I believe need to happen in order to make life easier for everyone. If I go to the Sirius class right here and I try to get the badge for whoever it is, I don't care, is anyone without the badge here that I have forgotten, Daria for example, right? Let's say I'm looking for whatever, triple defense, 2 HP. Again, this is just random, don't do this, okay, but doesn't matter. And you put whatever you have in here. There should be a way of auto re-rolling, right? Using your tickets, auto re-rolling until you get the desired stats, because you have to spend here literally 10, 15, 20 minutes using your tickets in order to get the specific stats you're looking for. Now, this is not what I want, but I don't care about Daria, so she will keep. So a way of targeting auto reroll, just of course not for free, but using your tickets, auto reroll constantly until you get your desired stats, that would be amazing. So that's necessary in my opinion. And the other thing is a guarantee after X amount of rolls on specific rolls, or the ability to lock a line maybe, so we can do that. Because for some characters it's fine, but other characters you spend literally, again, you can spend hours rerolling most of your characters until you get some good badges if you are looking for them. Right? Of course, this is going to be depending on 1,000 different factors, but for the most part, when you are going for the badges, considering there is rarities as well, this should be also changed so we can target farm specific things. That's like the other thing that I believe it's important to make it easier for players. This is something that's also for min-maxers for the most part. A lot of new players don't care about this or forget, but it would be nice to include it. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is testing in STARSEED. Testing in STARSEED, it's quite bad. Like if we talk about testing, if you go to the simulator, you have your research room. But this research room, it's really, really, really bad. I believe we need a target dummy just so we can actually put the characters right on a neutral situation where there is no passive, there is no nothing, no mimic, right? And just put the dummy that you can just go and damage. Of course, you can keep these bosses when it comes to the actual testing for a tank or a support character, but when it comes to just specific DPSs and how they perform on neutral situations, not having a dummy that doesn't do any damage and you can just keep hitting, it's really bad, because testing DPSs in this game is awful, considering all of them have different rarities, all of them have different gear. So a testing dummy where you can just get every character at LR5 for testing purposes, not for usage on campaign or anything, would be really good for people who enjoy that. But those are complaints more for min-maxers, people who want to be testing, basically for me. I don't know if there's more people who need that dummy testing, right? I know a few of my friends do, but because they also enjoy testing that stuff out. That said, those are like my biggest complaints with the game. The biggest ones that I've seen people leave the game for, not only for me, it's going to be the light and dark banner. Those are the biggest one. And of course, the acquisition of LR gear. Me and my friends have got literally weeks without getting a single piece on operation. And then suddenly you'll get 3 one day and then another week that you get nothing. So the gear and the banners for light and dark are the biggest things. I do not know if those have changed in Korea. That said, that's going to be for this video. Just a quick one going over what I dislike about the STARSEED right now and what I hope they change, because I can see more players leaving the game because of these things. All that jumping aside, once again, if you have feedback, leave it in the comments down below. I'm going to be making a list later. And feel free to use the code Sefhi X February on the comments down below as well. As usual, good luck with your pool dinner dates. Love you all. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。